So I think we can just start the session. Anybody else can join us while we continue. So today I'm going to train on the school management system. So to share my screen. Confirm if you can see my screen.
We can.
Okay, so as I had mentioned, we're going to discuss on the school management system. So for starters, I think most of us have, if not interacted, you've heard of a school management system. So presumably it's something that you have once in your lifetime had somebody talk about. So the objectives of the training first is to familiarize with the school management system, to master key functionalities used in the daily operations of schools and institutions, demonstrate how the system simplifies manual processes, also reinforce how school management system helps institutions to enhance data security and compliance, among other things, also efficiency, productivity, and also streamlining the processes. So we'll start by defining what exactly is a school management system in regards to the system that Tagrit has. So basically, a school management system is a complete software platform that digitizes, automates, and simplifies the administrative, academic, and operational tasks in an educational institution. I'm sure those who have had the privilege of attending maybe a college or a university engage with such a system at a lower level or at a higher level. Either way, most of the institutions in Kenya, they have a management system for tracking the number of students, for taking the details, the coursework, the programs, and all the enrollments that a particular student is currently pursuing. So simply put, you can also rather think of it as a system that helps run an entire institution without using paper, spreadsheets, or hundreds of phone calls. As you know, traditionally, most of the recordings in an institutions are done using Excel sheets, and this can be quite tiresome, cumbersome, and repetitive, and may also lead to the loss of data. When you are talking about an institution, data is everything. So in the event you are to lose data, then there will be chaos in an institution. So basically, that's where a school management system comes in and tends to fix some of these issues. So in that respect, we are going to look at why do institutions need school management systems. So First of all, as I had mentioned, is to streamline administrative tasks and reduce paperwork. So issues of to do with paperwork always lead to loss of data or tampering, since there are people who get access to information or rather data that they're not supposed to get hold of. Also, there's centralized student and academic data management. Also, it improves efficiency and productivity. Also, it enhances communication and stakeholder management, as it has all the stakeholders. For instance, there's a guardian portal or the staff portal. So we have all this data communicating under one place. Also, they support blended online learning with built-in LMS. So an LMS, basically, it's a learning management system, and it can be added into a school management system for online examinations and assessments, and also for providing tutorials, videos. I'm sure most of you have seen maybe the layout of a platform like Udemy. And also there are LMS which are open source and are out there, like Moodle. And so these particular LMSs can be integrated into a school management system, such as to enhance the hybrid learning. So, like for instance, in the time of Corona, is whereby people switched to hybrid means of learning. And you find that most institutions in Kenya had adapted to this and that their own LMSs, such that you are able to take quizzes and exams online, and it was able to assess and give you the results within a short period of time. So when we speak about a school management system and mapping it to the current industry and trends, we can say that it is something that most institutions are adopting, and it is something that is coming to decongest the traditional way of learning, which is basically physical classes. So for us as Tagrit, we also position ourselves to be a part of this tremendous change, and we bring the school management system, and we don't bring it half-baked. We bring also with the LMS. So with the LMS, you can be able to take the quizzes, access reference materials. You can also do some assessments. Yeah, so basically, those are some of the benefits that come with a system that is integrated with the LMS. So another reason why institutions need an LMS is because of data security, compliance, and scalability. So I had mentioned about the data tampering and also data getting destroyed in terms of the fires and also the filing management. We find that as there's transition in organizations, we find that there's loss of so many data because of tracking of the person who was responsible for a particular department and the documentations and everything. So in this case, an SMS comes in handy. So also seamless integration with other important modules. So for us, one of our biggest and selling proposition for a school management system, and one of the problems that we want to get rid of, and the problem that have been faced with traditional school management system, which is the file system, is eradicating those disjointed processes between the human resource and the accounts department. So for us, the system is integrated into the accounting and also the HR and also payment. So in terms of fees and everything, find that everything is able to communicate and you're able to receive reports and analytics of what has been happening. So we'll move forward to some of the common modules or sections in an SMS. So we have the admissions and students management. Also, we have programs and courses. We have scheduling. We have learning management system, what you have discussed prior. We have attendance. And then we have the assessment. And then we have the fees module. We have the staff management, and then the portals for students, and also guardians for assessing and tracking of the progress of a student. Also, we have the reports and analytics. So for us, what we're going to mainly focus on is the admissions, students, programs and courses, fee management, course scheduling and timetable, attendance, assessment and grading. Also under portals, you're going to look at the student and the guardian portal. So basically that will be our focus on this particular training. And then we'll head on to discuss on what exactly is it when we talk about admissions. I'm sure this is a term that is not new to us. It is something that most of us, if not all of us, have come across. And if you have ever been in an institution, I believe that it is a term that you have encountered severally. So when you talk about admissions and in respect to the school management system, we're talking about the process of onboarding a student into a facility. So for us, the admission module under the SMS is aimed at streamlining the student intake process and inquiry up to enrollment and automating the application to reduce manual effort. As you said, system for us, this system, it is mainly to reduce the manual inputs using Excel or any other types of data entries. Also, in terms of integrations, we find that the admissions module will automatically link to fee management for payment tracking from the accounts department. Also, it will connect to the students module, and it will integrate with the HR or any other staff involvement in verification. So those levels of management in an institution, they will also be involved since they have to verify on the correctness of this data. Also, in terms of interconnections, we find that this particular module feeds into students, for ongoing management to programs and courses. So when you are admitting into an institution, it means that you want to take on a course or a program. So the admissions will link to the programs and courses, and also will be also supported on the student portal will be for, and also the guardian portal for self-tracking on the progress of the student. So when you go to the students, now the student is there like a central repository, such that it handles all the student-related data. So from enrollment to graduation, you can be able to find on the data for a particular student, and it can be very good for tracking. So some of the integrations, we find that it integrates with attendance, because for every course, there's always attendance. Also, for those who have been to any institution, you have filled in an attendance manually. So for this, if you have a school management system, then you will have to fill it digitally, and this will reduce the paperwork. Also, it will link with the assessment of grades, and also fee management for dues, and also for HR, to the HR for any linked payroll. And then under interconnections, it builds on admissions data. It feeds into the program courses for enrollments, scheduling for batch timetables, and also portals for view. So the next one is the programs and courses. So for programs and courses, this is basically what happens or what takes a student to a particular institution. So you can be able to create a program and a course. So the integrations to this, you can connect it to an LMS, online publishing. So you can create a course and then link it to an LMS, create an LMS course where there will be tutorials and also assessments for what has been learned through the LMS, through tutorials, videos, or articles. And also it will be linked to the fee management. Sorry. So interconnections include informed scheduling of timetables. So for a course or any program that has to be undertaken in an institution, there's always the scheduling part, which comes in terms of the timetables. So this one links the students' profiles for attendance and for batch tracking. And then under fee management, so as I had mentioned, the system integrates with our accounting system. So you can be able to create a fee structure for collections and also validation and reporting. So you can generate a fee structure and send it to an email directly from the system. And then under integrations, it's tied to accounting for ledgers and reconciliation. And also it has integration for payment. So there's a payment like M-Pesa, PesaPal, and all. And then also it can be tied to the HR, because the HR is basically the department that has maybe the accounts department, there's the clerk, and then also under interconnections, it pulls data from the student programs for per student billing. So it can, for every student who is enrolled in an institution, they are taking a course. So it will interact with the programs, being able to see the number of students who are undertaking a particular program or course. It will be also visible in the respective portals for the guardian and also for the student. And it will also link to the admissions. So basically, everything will be interlinked. And then course scheduling and timetable. So when you talk about course scheduling, here's whereby we talk about the creation of the courses and also the timing. Let's say you have 2 classes or 3 classes in a day, or for each particular course, there's a timetable. For each particular program, there's also a timetable for this. So the course scheduling comes in handy. So this particular module integrates with the programs and courses, and also the instructors. And attendance for session making and tracking. Also, it is in terms of interconnections, it is based on the program's data, and it feeds attendance and the LMS viewable in portals. So that is the first half of the modules that are in an SMS. So we're going to take a look at how to create them in our system. So I'm going to stop sharing this and share something else. Can you see my screen? Anybody?
Yes.
Or you went asleep? Okay, so you can just proceed. So this is our interface on our system. You can access it under the education tab. And here you'll be able to see some of the things that we have discussed. So there's the admission. So for the admission, we have this tool here. So just click on student application. So sorry, before you make a student application, there's you need to create a student. So let's create a student. So going to use Faith, you are Faith who? Hello?
Faith Kagusha.
Oh, thank you, Faith Pagusha. So we're going to add Faith. Sorry. So the first name and then the middle name. So for last name, you can leave it as is. So for student email, you can just use a dummy for now. But when you're dealing with real data, you have to fill in the real data for this. So after this, you confirm any other field that is required. No field, so you can just save this. Don't know why it's taking a long time. So you can just refresh and see it has created. No, it has not. Let me see if it has created. Not yet. So let me give it another try. Good. Hope I'm not butchering your name, Faith. This is the correct pronunciation, or
You misspelled it.
I've
It's
written it wrong?
Kagusha.
Ka?
Inaisha na SHA, not Kagusha.
Like this.
Ivo AIS.
Okay. So let's do student at tagrit.com, and then we'll try saving again. So it has saved. So initially, before this, I had created, because a student coming into an institution is coming for a particular semester and a particular year. So created I'd created an academic year. So I'd created third year. So you can ignore second semester, that is completely unrelated. So, and also I'd created an academic term. So third year. So the student is already enrolled. So can go to the student application. And then you add the student application. So you can just add the program. It's already existing. So yeah, you can just repeat Agusha. Can just choose our dummy email. Then can hit on save. So the application has been saved. So we can head on to the admission. So for admission, this is basically the time for an intake. So I'm not going to recreate that. Now we'll move on to checking on the Guardian portal. So for the guardian, here is where you add the name of the person who or the parent of a student. So this is the portal for the guardian. And then there's the bit on program enrollment. So here you can set which program a student is enrolling to. So you can say we pick and then we say on the program, say maths and statistics, that is already there. So for the academic year, as it started, the academic year I had already created. So academic term is also there. I don't know why it's not pre-filling it, but it's okay. We can leave it as is. Then here, if you create the courses, they'll be available down here. So, and also you can be able to add the details for the fees. So once you feed the details for the fees, they'll be able to be accessible under this tab. So you can just save this. Oh, it tells me date cannot be before the start date. Okay. So I've seen the issue, so I can just go back to the academic year. Say, think I've put so let me check first the enrollment here. So let me just check on the connection program enrollment. Let me see. So I'll change the enrollment for this because I'd set it to 21. So I'll save this. Click save, Let me just create the enrollment from here. So that is second semester, it has pre-filled it. And then now I can save. So it has saved it as a draft. So you have to submit this program enrollment. So I'll submit it. So it has been submitted. So if you come to program enrollment, you'll see we have one student who has been enrolled in a program. So also the same applies to the course. So you come to you say, here's the program enrollment. The enrollment as we had set is on 20 pass. Then the course, we can just create a new course. Let's say BC statistics, probability, and statistics. Can ignore the department. Just save it. Then we can head back to the just go back. It's loading for a very long time. We try opening it in another tab. So we go back to the course enrollment, and then we'll add again. So this, then we click on 21. Then the course will pick from that. The student will pick the one just created, and then we'll save this. So under course enrollment, you can be able to see this particular course. So we can see under course enrollment, there's a new enrollment to the course. So we can go back. So I think I've covered like 5 of the modules that are presented. There are some which I think I've presented and are not, I've rather demonstrated and are not presented. So we can go back to the presentation. So, so just a minute. So we are also going to touch on, now we're going to touch on the attendance. You can see my screen? You can see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so the next bit is on the attendance. And when you talk about attendance, I know we can all relate. So attendance is basically like a register. So instead of using a manual register, whereby you have to present a sheet that has the name for each and every student, you can opt to have it in a system and have the attendance show all the students who are enlisted for a program on the course. And then you can be able to do it over the internet rather than doing it manually. So for this, for the attendance, it links to the scheduling for session details, the students, and then also the assessment. So you can base, so you can be assessed only if you attend the particular classes that you are enrolled in. Also, in terms of interconnections, it pulls from the timetables, and it affects the assessment. So in attendance, the way a student attends a particular course or classes affects the assessment. And this can also be accessed via their own portals. And then we have the assessment and grading. So assessment, basically, we have touched on the LMS and also the quizzes that can be done either manually or rather physically or hybrid on an LMS. So in terms of in terms of integrations, it connects to programs. I think and just a minute. So on assessment, it connects to programs and particularly LMS for online tests, and also students for getting the history and the listings for all students and how they have attended a particular course. So in terms of interconnections, it links to the attendance. As I mentioned earlier, you are assessed also based on how you attend the classes. So this can be interlinked, and it can be easy for assessing because you know that it is requisite that you attend the classes so that you can be assessed and graded. And then the next bit is on the portals, and I think I've touched on this, student and guardian. So here it's just a self-service, whereby you can be able to access your own admin area and sort all of your issues without necessarily having to send your queries to the admin. So you reduce the backlog and do it online. So in terms of integration, this particular module pulls data from all the modules, because from here you can be able to access the programs, the courses, the fees for the payments, and also the payment gateways, and also the assessment for the grades. So in terms of interconnections, it aggregates data from the student and also the fees department. So we're going again to look at this particular modules practically. So again, I'm going to share my screen. I hope you can see my screen. So in terms of the attendance, there's this section on in the system. It's the student attendance. So you click on it, you'll be able to see this interface, and you can add new student attendance. So you can pick the student. So after you create the course schedule, you can be able to pick which schedule, for which particular schedule you are creating this particular attendance. And then you can create, you can also pick the dates for the class. Are they present or absent? So let's say you're absent, and then you can click on save. So it says course it's mandatory, so we can just create a course schedule. Let's create just for create a student group. Just go back and just create from here. Just say this is starts. You have to create it. So you can just create it. Based on the course. Then the group name, you can just name it please. Then the course, you choose BSc probability and statistics. Then now you can save it. So you can select the program. So for the instructor, you can add, I'll just add myself. Then department, you can say is from the operations. You can just use what is there. Then you click on save. It's a course, okay. So you can create a course name. Now we have to pick what is existing. So you can just create a room. So it will be then for the course, you just choose a color and just choose any time. So, sorry, just to there. And let's turn where the program. So let me search. Let me just create a new one. Let's create a new course. Just go back and create a new course schedule. Use that. So you can just add the program. So the course, then department, I can just say me just add it to all departments for now, and then save. Then now I can go back to student attendance. Try create it again. So you can add the date. That. Let's try saving. Let me take it back. So the problem we are facing here is because I'd set the dates for the course on January 21st next year. So as you have seen the error, it's unable to populate and create the new attendance. So in the event we are to backtrack it and use maybe a past date, we'll be able to create this particular attendance. So that is why I was having a challenge creating this attendance list. So in the event when you're creating, you can use a date that has already passed so that you can be able to see all the processes happening seamlessly without the errors. So I think I've touched on the attendance. So in the interest of time, because I cannot be able to go back and change all those terms and everything that is interlinked, because the dates play a big part in creation of the attendance, even the schedule. So that one, in the event you are creating, when you're doing your practicals, you can always use a date that has already passed so that you can be able to proceed smoothly. So under student leave application, so this will apply only to for an institution that is a college or a TVET or a university. So that is explainable. Then you can also be able to have a absent student report. So from the attendance, you can be able to generate this. And you can view the students in a batch. according to the batch that are enrolled in a particular course. You can be able to review their attendance for a particular program or course. Also, you can be able to see the course activity here. And you can be able to add the activity. Also, quiz activity. You can create a quiz activity to be done online. So here is whereby you'll need to interlink with the LMS. Currently, it's disabled in our system, but some of the functionalities there. You see the articles, the video, and the quizzes. So these are interlinked into the LMS. And the next bit was on, let me just check. The portals, we have already touched on that. Maybe by finishing, I can just say that for such a system, it is very in-depth, and we cannot touch on everything today. So I'll just leave you to do the practicals based on what I've shown, and also remember to use a past date so that you can be able to see the functionality as I've explained. So I think we'll end it at that. And in case of any question, you can ask. Then I'll be able to give a way forward. Okay, so you're free to ask any question. Any question? Any question, Faith?
Yeah.
Andy? You guys, you dozed off, or I've been talking to myself. Yeah? Yes?
I don't have any question at the moment.
Any comment? Any comment? Andy?
I have none.
Okay. Nimrod? Hello, Nimrod. Emmanuel, you can say something. Faith, are you there?
Yes, I am here. I am here.
Any question? Or commendation or comment?
Yeah, a question. If someone owns a couple of schools and he needs like this system, would each school have like their own
account, or all these multiple schools are going to be under one account?
Very good question. So, because of the nature of the data, if a school has many other branches or other schools, it is advisable that you create their own account, so that it can also ease in on the tracking and also report making of the accounts, because for every account, I think you have been told on accounts you have to create a new chart of account for any new company or school. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
I don't know. Yeah, so for this case, you'll have to create, if you have many schools, you have to create each an account for each rather, so that you don't end up mixing the data for one school with another school. I don't know if I've answered you.
You have, thank you.
Satisfactory? Okay.
Yes.
So I think being no other question, we can just leave it at that.